Yeah, pet me. Okay. I had some splaining to do, and I use video to do my splaining. AC Delco camshaft. Okay. See that, made in China? Today I had the Pennsylvania State Police here again about this house next door. So I had to take a deep breath before I begin because I don't know where to start and where this ends. The gentleman brought those over because he's going to need them to drive it home. We're not going to do much about the exhaust. I'm sending them up there. Cobwebs formed overnight. You see, I said to people, I don't blame any man for wanting to better themselves, but this place has been like this the last 15 years. I had to cut the grass today, remove junk. They're getting a bill hung on their door for it. Broken lawn tractor, broken grill pieces. Some of the stuff went to the scrapyard. Garbage everywhere. And I policed this, but the grass was so high, I couldn't get everything. But this mess, it extends all the way into the woods here. And these woods do not deserve this. I mean, this is what's turning rural America into a nightmare. Just a literal nightmare. And somebody's dumping their yard garbage in there, too. Probably another neighbor. But there's just trash. Broken glass. So I went to my township about this, and I'm like, what the F? You understand the word what the F? I went over there and I was congenial. I didn't curse at the guy. I had pictures in my hand. He asked me if he could keep the pictures. I said yes. I have a printer. Okay. And he pretended at first like he didn't know who I was, and he really didn't want to talk to me. You see, where they're at, they're behind closed, locked doors. The kind where you got to put the code in the door. And then they don't have a phone number to call you. Oh, call your township. No, they got the .com eat shit. Send them an email. I'll send them a fucking email. They can get their asses over here and they can look at this shit. It's leaking into my house. I'm smelling mold. I'm gagging at times. Okay. And then my explanation is this guy was here today. Okay. So I had to explain to him. Okay. One of the things that I'm explaining is I've been with my mother, running her around for the last 3-4 years, doctors, shopping, and, it was starting to get to the point where I was neglecting my own health. So I've had back-to-back doctor's appointments, at least one each week. Like yesterday, I went to the dentist, and I talked him into welding 3 teeth up at once. And he played darts with my tonsils for a while there with the numbing me up real good. But I have other things to do. And then see, my trailer back there is loaded up with lumber to build my new back part. And I want to be able to afford some roof material. And I'll tell you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to bill them for my lost time because all I'm doing is picking up trash. There's trash underneath this truck. This is not my garbage. You see, when I drop something and I see it, which I didn't mean to, a storm came in the other day and I just had to skedaddle out of here. But I've got to live with this. This is how us older Americans have to live with this third world America. Now, I'm sure maybe the township will say something about my stuff, but my stuff is tools and equipment and spare parts that they don't make anymore. And buy a new one. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Township official, you come buy me a new one. And as a matter of fact, I don't want it. I'll go out and sell it. And I'll buy an old one. Just like this guy. So I have other things to do today, but I just wanted to show you that I have stuff here that I'm trying to catch up on my sanitary needs. I have scrub buckets. You see, I'm single. So I'm going to set you over here on the all-purpose bucket. Guy like me, I'm single. I've got to cook, I've got to clean, make sure my house is clean. The last time my bathroom was cleaned, I think Biden got in. I'm only kidding, but it's the way it looks, okay? when you do mechanical, some of your personal spaces get unsanitary, unruly, and I don't let necessarily wash build up. I can do that. I have some fairly modern late model machines that are pretty decent. They're the last of probably the better ones that you could buy. But this is the way older Americans have to live. Not to mention, I take care of another property on the other side of me that an illegal bought to pile illegal aliens in there. Only there's no facilities, no water, no power. I mean, no nothing. Not even a sewer line, not even a water line. So listen, this is how Americans are living. And I'm afraid there's going to be a fire. They ripped out a decent heating system, and I don't know what they put in there. But the basement's got to get heated, and I need some help. I need a small, I wouldn't say propane. I want to go with a small kerosene heater. And I'm going to look down the hardware store here. But you see, this all costs me money. And that's why they're getting a bill. Yes, Orange Cat. The Orange Cat's here. He's been... Everybody says about, oh my God, that cat really loves you. Yes, he does, and I appreciate his cat scans. And he stuck his nose up at that camshaft for my truck. It flunked the cat scan. Sometimes cats know more than we do. Just look at the educational system. What our government is up to is to replace us with this slave state. That's why they're allowing them to live like this, and there's no more rules. Because as we die out, us older Americans, they have total control. And then these people are going to find out, you're going to pay us this and this and this like they're doing to us. How do people that don't even speak English get brand new cars, houses, food? How is this going on in my country? I don't know. But I need answers. And this man needed an apology. So I figured I'd give it to him. I don't know if I was flipped with him today. I was pretty upset. And the more he got me talking, I think he understood I was getting a little, he was getting a raise out of me. And it wasn't his intention. He's nothing but a sweetheart. It's just that this stuff, it irks me. And I have other things to do, like work on his vehicle, was where I was supposed to be. And I doubt I'll get there tomorrow, but maybe I will. I'm going to go see if those parts are here for that Polaris right now. And I got to put some of that trash that's over there in my trailer that I cleaned up over there out front. That's their garbage, not mine. Thanks for watching my videos, folks. And just so you know, this is not how veterans should have to live, Mr. President. Your job is America and the American people, not fucking Israel. Okay? You're not the United Nations. And I don't know who you think you're shitting that we're just fighting the IRGC over there. We're fighting Russia, China, North Korea, and dozens of other countries Americans haven't even heard of. Somebody in Washington, D.C. better get their head and their ass wired right and start telling the American people just exactly what is going on. Because you see that? You're not going to pipe sunshine up this Marine's ass. Okay? Not once, not twice, not ever. I went around the world on a United States Navy warship 7 times before I was 21 years old. And that's no bullshit. I've seen the way the world really works. And I'll tell you, a lot of the developed world does not live like I'm living here in my own neighborhood. This is your Uncle Dutch. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching my videos, folks.